Welcome to All About VCerts, the go-to podcast for busy teachers delivering NCFE Level 1 to Technical Awards. Hosted by myself, Rachel.
And Beth. We're both experienced provider development officers here at NCFE.
Each bite-sized episode is packed with practical insights, top tips, and expert guidance on all things VCerts,
helping you make the most of your VCerts.
Hi everyone and welcome to our All About VCerts podcast. I'm Beth.
And I'm Rachel. So who is curious about the Surpass online exam system? Wondering how it works? What should you and your learners expect? And what can you do to make their experience as smooth and stress-free as possible?
We're joined by Ashley, who works closely with centres to support online assessment delivery. She's here to share practical tips and answer some of the most common questions about using Surpass.
So whether you're brand new to Surpass or just looking to improve your exam process, this episode is packed with helpful advice.
Ashley, welcome to the podcast. We're really glad to have you here. Can you start by telling us a bit more about your role at NCFE and how you support centres using Surpass?
Hi everyone, thanks for having me. So I work with centres across the country to support the setup and delivery of online assessments through Surpass. That includes troubleshooting, training and making sure that everything runs smoothly on the exam day.
Great. So then, what is Surpass and how does it work? Let's start with the basics. So for anybody who's new to it, what exactly is Surpass and how does it work in the context of VCerts?
So Surpass is a platform which is used to deliver external assessments online. It's designed to be secure, user-friendly and accessible for learners. Centres need to apply for approval to deliver online assessments via our website, and we will then set you up on the system within 48 hours. Centres then create their registration and booking within the NCFE portal. This data then transfers into the Surpass system so the booking does appear there. Learners then complete their assessments in a lockdown environment to ensure integrity of the assessment.
So it's a full end-to-end system from scheduling to submission all in one place?
Yeah, exactly. And it's built to support both teachers and learners through the process.
What to expect during exam delivery? Let's talk about the exam day. What should teachers and learners expect?
So centres do need to ensure that they have downloaded Secure Client. Secure Client is a learner interface and it needs to be downloaded onto each device that the learners will be sitting on. We also advise that you check that your learner bookings are shown in Surpass correctly, and this is done prior to the assessment day. On the day of the assessment, you would then just launch Secure Client. Prior to the assessment, learners will log in with a key code that will be generated in Surpass, which will be available in Surpass to access, and then they will sit the assessment.
So how and when do centres receive the login credentials?
So centres can access the key code, which is what is required to log into the assessment, and this will be available 5 days before the assessment date, and this will be available in Surpass. So you can get this from the invigilation screen within Surpass, and you can also print out an invigilation pack for each learner, which includes the key code, so that you can have that when you start the assessment. There's also a built-in tutorial before the assessment starts, which can help learners get comfortable with the interface.
Oh, that's a great feature. And I can imagine practice tests can be done ahead of time. And can this really help reduce the nerves?
Absolutely. So running a practice test is one of the best ways to build confidence and to avoid surprises on the day. It helps learners get familiar with the layout and tools before the real thing. Please contact customer support if you need to book a practice paper in Surpass. We do also have web versions of question types that will appear in the assessment, and this can be accessed on our website.
Brilliant. So top tips for a smooth experience. So what are your top tips for making the Surpass experience as smooth as possible?
So firstly, check your tech. So make sure that your devices meet the technical requirements and are fully updated. The technical specification is available on our website. We will provide links. So I would double check this first to make sure your device meets this. Also, to download Secure Client, which, as I said, is the learner interface that they sit the assessments through. Download this in advance and sit a practice test on there just to make sure that everything works as it should. Second, have a backup plan, so know what to do if there's any technical issues. And thirdly, support learners with revision and digital confidence, especially if they're not used to online exams.
So, common questions and misconceptions. Let's bust a few myths. What are some of the most common questions or misconceptions you hear from centres?
One is that Surpass could be difficult to use, but once you've done it once, it's very straightforward. And once you've downloaded Secure Client and that's up and running, it's absolutely easy to use. Another is around internet connection. Surpass is designed to be stable, but you can actually download assessments ahead of time and you can actually sit them offline. If your internet is spotty or if you don't have any internet, this can be done and you can upload the assessment at a later date. And finally, some learners think they can't review their answers, but they can go back and review that before submitting the assessment.
Oh, that's really helpful to clarify, especially for centres using it for the first time. Can the system support learners with reasonable adjustments?
Yeah, so it can support with some reasonable adjustments. Built into the system, learners can change the colour of the text and interface in Surpass, and there is a tutorial at the beginning to show how to do this, and they can change the colour at the beginning once they log in. They can enlarge text using the Windows magnifier, and if the learner does require additional time, this can be input in Surpass to give them that during the assessment.
Brilliant then. So let's just do a quick wrap up, sorry. So Surpass is a powerful tool for online assessment.
With the right preparation, clear communication, and a bit of practice, both from teachers and learners can feel confident and ready. So, Ashley, thank you for joining us and sharing such helpful advice.
No problem. Thanks for having me. It's been great to be part of the conversation.
And to our listeners, if you're preparing for online exams, we hope this episode gave you the clarity and confidence you needed. Please do refer to the podcast description for all your support links mentioned in this podcast.
And remember to visit our provider support hub and sign up for our podcast and sign up for upcoming events. In March, we have our Q&A, which is covering key information. In May, we'll be covering holistic marking. And in June, we're prepping for 26-27. So don't forget to sign up and keep listening. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.
If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to follow, share, or leave a review.
Until next time, be prepared
And know we're here for you.
and stay connected.